Hello, everyone. Welcome to our ELA starting April 20th. I hope you guys had an awesome spring break. Not being able to go to the beach and take vacations probably was a little different, but hopefully you guys had a good time and you were able to do something that was fun. We are going to be starting a new module. We've done modules 1, 2, and 3 while we were in school. We are going to start module 4, unit 1. And as usual, unit 1, we are going to be building background knowledge. So we're going to be building background knowledge, reading about and analyzing events in the book, The Hope Chest. So we will be reading the book, The Hope Chest. Hopefully, everyone has a copy. If not, you are able to go to the school, I think from 9 to 2 or 10 to 2 through the drive-through, the same on the bus parking lot, and you will be able to get a 4th grade book, The Hope Chest. So if you don't have it, make sure you go get it. Someone is at the school as of today, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am really excited about this module. I went ahead and I cheated a little bit and I read the book. So I'm just really excited about you guys being able to read the book also. As usual, we will start with our learning targets. Our learning target for today, only one for today, I can infer the topic of this module from quotes. Now let's think about what does that mean? I can infer the topic of this model from quotes. I want you to stop for about 5 seconds and I want you to put it in your own words, in your head, or you can say it out loud. Alrighty, so inferring the topic, we will be using the same thing that we did in the classroom. I notice, I wonder. It'll be a little different. We'll be typing instead of writing. So we're going to use a program called Ed Puzzle. And on Ed Puzzle, you're going to be able to type in your answer. You're going to be able to answer multiple choice questions. What will happen is as the video continues and go on, I will stop the video and you will be able to answer a question. And then after you answer the question, you can move on and the video will continue. So we'll be stopping periodically through the video so you can type some things and add puzzle. And I will be getting those. It goes over into Canvas. So I'll be able to see exactly what you guys are doing. Okay. So we will be looking at very similar to how we have done poster walks in the past. Okay. So I'm going to switch our screen. Hopefully this works for us. All right. And we're going to be inferring topics. So what we will be doing is I'm sorry, I'm just clicking through my computer, but just hang in there with me. What we're going to be doing is you're going to have resources and we'll go over each resource and you will, on Ed Helper, you will type in what I noticed, what I wonder, okay? And we know that what I notice is things that you notice from the quote, so like statements, and I wonder would be things or questions that you are wondering. I'm pausing, guys, because 2 big dogs just ran across my backyard. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. So we'll do the first one together. So for number 1, if you guys can see this here, let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. And let me see. I don't know, it's not letting me make it bigger for some reason. Okay, it did. Yay. All right, so number 1, American women regained the right to vote in 1720, 113 years after they lost. So we'll do this one together. I want you just to take about 10 seconds and think about what do you notice, what do you wonder? Don't write anything down. Okay, so for number one, American women regained the right to vote in 1920, 113 years ago. So what I noticed is regained. Um, Knowing, looking at American women, they gained the right to vote. So I noticed that they gained something, they gained the right to vote. And what I'm wondering is, after 113 years, why did they lose it? That's what I'm wondering. So I noticed that they gained their right to vote, and I'm wondering why did they lose it 113 years later? Okay, so what you're going to do is I'll read each statement, and after I read each statement, you guys are going to go and add helper, and you're going to type your notice, what you notice, and what you're wondering. And we have a couple of those. So I'll just read them, and then you write your type in your answers. Okay. All right. So number two, freeing both women and African Americans seem to be two parts of the same goal. I'll read that again. Freeing both women and African Americans seems to be two parts of the same goal. Go. Number three, no Southern state gave women full voting rights. Number three, no Southern state gave women full voting rights. Go. Number four, 1777, women lose the right to vote in New York. Number four, in 1777, women lose the right to vote in New York. Go. Five, in 1965, the Voting Rights Act eliminates so-called literacy tests, which had been used to keep African Americans from voting in some Southern states. Number five, in 1965, the Voting Rights Act eliminates so-called literacy tests, which had been used to keep African Americans from voting in the Southern states. Go. Number six, number six was, I'm going to go to my other sheet. Okay, that was it. I thought maybe, it looked like some of it may have been cut off, but it wasn't. Okay, so number six, public facilities were segregated throughout the South. Number six, public facilities were segregated throughout the South. Go. Now, this one you are going to look at the photograph and tell me, what do you notice and what do you wonder about this photograph? Go. Next photograph. Go. Here is your next photograph. Go. And your last photograph. Go. I'm so excited to be able to read the notice and wanderings that you guys did on Ed Puzzle. But as usual, we will be, these are going to help us determine our topic of the novel that we're going to be reading. So all of this will go together. So now that we've had some time to look closely at some of these resources, what do you think this module may be about? Go. Okay. Now, um, we will be taking all of our notice and wanderings, and I want you to think about what the topic of this module is, okay? Before we get to the topic of our module, I want to go over our performance test that we will be doing in this module. So the performance task is going to be I did too much. Okay. Now that you have carried out your, we've talked about our theme, and we'll be talking about exactly what our theme is for Module 4. So our project is going to be a press release. Now that you've carried out a project taking action on an issue in your community, you're going to share your project at the end, and you're going to be writing a press release, okay? So in this press release, you're going to think about something in your community right now. It's so many things are going on in our community that we could consider an issues, something that we may can fix, or something that we want people to know a lot about. Or it could be information that you want to share with your community. So you'll be doing a press release, so you'll have time to think about what can you do to make a difference in your community. And I think right now is a perfect time, even though we have to stay in the house, we're quarantined, we're only around those family members that we live with. I get that. But we can come up with a plan, and maybe once this is over, something that you can put in a press release, a project that you may would like to do in the future. Okay, so you're going to have an introduction to your project. We'll be doing paragraphs as usual. And at the conclusion, you'll be telling us what your project is, what your project includes, and ways that you can help your community. So that's what we will be doing with our final project in this module. And we'll be talking about that more throughout the module to get you ready. And as usual with our lessons, we'll be doing things in that model to build up to our performance task at the end, okay? Now, I don't want you to write anything down, but I just want you to think about this question for our performance task. What do you notice about the performance task? What are you wondering? And we will come back to that. But just kind of have those thoughts in your mind. As usual, when we get ready to do our performance task, we talk about it at the beginning, and everything that we do leads up to that performance task, okay? So now let's talk about if your inferring of this topic was correct or not, okay? Are we ready? All right, so we are looking at here in Module 4, we will learn about the 19th Amendment. What is the 19th Amendment? This is the amendment that allowed women to gain the right to vote. So even in our novel, we are going to be reading about the 19th Amendment. That is our topic here. And our second topic is we'll also be responding to inequalities. What do you think this means? Inequalities. I look at the prefix "n", which I means not. I know that "n" means not as a prefix. And then I see the root word in inequalities, the root word equal. So using my context clues, using my prefix, inequalities, not equal. So we will be our topic, 19th Amendment, reading and responding about things that were not equal, inequalities. Okay, so that is it for today. Starting tomorrow, we will begin reading the Hope Chest. We're going to start with chapter 1. So tomorrow I'll have another module up for you to work on with that. Again, if you have any questions, just log on to Zoom. I'll be sending I have sent an email out by the time you see this video of open times for Zoom that you can log on if you have any questions about the lesson, okay? All righty, see you guys tomorrow in our next lesson. And it'll be part 2 of lesson 1.